I don't know why T sent both of us to do this when I could have done it by myself.
He was probably worried he was gonna catch you sleeping on the job again.
Man, your Skeletor looking ass.
Let there be light.
This has enough room for all the cars to be outfitted and move to work to the stash house.
CC! Who the hell is this?
Kick his ass! Can I take a pull?
Nah.
I can suck and blow.
I thought you would be happy for me. But all you care about is getting me out of the house so you can get some free money? Don't worry, Lucille. I'll be out of your hair soon enough.
He gonna cry in the car.
What are you doing here? And what the are you wearing?
If they don't finish this, we'll be waiting.
Hey, quick.
I think we should talk about doing some business without Dimitri.
That sense of motherfucking self is the same shit that can lead to your demise.
Stop playing with Uncle Charles like he ain't about that life, bruh. Stop playing with Uncle Charles like he ain't about that life, bruh. Shout out to your boy Charles. Shout out to the episode 4 MVP, goddammit. Shout out to your boy Charles, bruh. CC ex-boyfriend really thought Uncle Charles was sweet. He really thought he could just run up on Charles in this episode and just punch him like shit wasn't gonna happen. He really thought he could just put hands on Charles and expected to walk away like he wasn't gonna get his ass beat, bruh. Like CC ex-boyfriend really thought shit was sweet. That boy Charles beat the hell out of CC's ex-boyfriend in this episode, bruh. Like, Charles put hands on this nigga to the point where he might be dead. I'm just saying, bruh. I don't know if CC's ex-boyfriend might be alive after that ass whooping he suffered from Charles in this episode, bruh. I don't know if he could still be alive after that ass whooping he suffered, bruh, because Charles was putting hands on that boy, bruh. Charles gave CC's ex-boyfriend an old-fashioned vintage ass whooping in this episode, bruh. He beat that nigga ass, and like I said, I don't know if CC's ex-boyfriend is dead or alive, but after that ass whooping he suffered in this episode, bruh, I wouldn't be surprised if he dead. I wouldn't be surprised if CC's ex-boyfriend is dead. I'm just saying. But what's the deal with it, YouTube? What's good with y'all? What's up with everybody? I'll go by the name of DC, and in today's video, I'm going to be giving y'all my recap, my review, my thoughts, my breakdown to BMF Season 4, Episode 4, and let y'all know how I feel about the episode and share my thoughts with y'all about it. But before I get into that, if you're coming across my channel for the first time and you like BMF content like me, hit the like button to help the video get recommended across the algorithm, and leave any of your thoughts, theories, and predictions that you have that you want to leave down below in the comment section, and y'all let me know how y'all felt about the episode as well. Now, first things first, out the gate, I'm going to just go ahead and say this. To me, this was arguably one of the most funniest episodes so far in Season 4, bruh. Episode 4 was funny as hell to me. I enjoyed this episode. This episode was well put together. This was a pretty cool episode to watch. I think everything about this episode was great from start to finish. Like, besides Nicole doing the shit that she did in this episode, which I'm going to talk about later on in this video, like, everything else about this episode was cool, bruh. Episode 4 was great. But I am about to get into this recap and break down this episode for y'all because we got a lot of stuff to talk about today. Now, I'm going to start the recap off with talking about Jay Pusha, Loco, Meech and Terry, and this whole St. Louis storyline that's going on. So in this episode, we saw Meech, Terry, and Loco take a trip to St. Louis and set up shop out there and get everything situated for them to be running their distribution out of St. Louis now. And while they was out in St. Louis, Meech took Loco and Javier to the new spot that they was going to be working out of while they was in St. Louis. Loco asked Meech about Jay Pusha, and he told him that he wanted to meet him. He told Meech he wanted to go with him later on in the episode when he went to go have a conversation with Jay Pusha. And Meech wasn't trying to let Loco go because he didn't want Loco to be exposed to Jay Pusha. But Loco wasn't having it, and he told Meech that he wanted to meet Jay Pusha regardless. So Meech took Loco with him in this episode when Terry and Meech went to go meet up with Jay Pusha in this episode to chop it up about Terry and Meech's plans to expand BMF and put a half a ton of drugs in each state. And Loco kept quiet the entire time during this beat up that Meech and Terry was having with Jay Pusha. He did not say anything to Jay Pusha, bruh. He ain't say nothing to Jay Pusha. And Jay Pusha was trying to conversate with Loco in this episode. He was asking Loco where he from and all this stuff. Like, Loco was not saying a word to Jay Pusha, bruh. He would not conversate with Jay Pusha for shit. So later on in the episode at the end when Loco and Javier was getting ready to leave St. Louis, Jay Pusha approached them at the airport to see if it's possible they could do some business together without Meech. He like, look here, Unc. Y'all see how I work. Y'all see how I do business. Y'all see I can move this product fast without a problem. Like, I think we should do some business together without Meech being involved. And Loco and Javier didn't give Jay Pusha an answer, but they did tell him they'd be in touch. But I don't think Loco is about to work with Jay Pusha, bruh. I do not see this shit happening. Loco ain't about to turn his back on Meech to work with Jay Pusha, bruh. Like, he about to tell Meech about about this in episode 5. As soon as Loco meet up with Meech in episode 5, he about to tell him about this conversation that he had with Jay Pusha, bruh. Meech will definitely find out about this conversation that took place between Loco and Jay Pusha, bruh. Like, he definitely go find out about this. Based off the episode 5 description, it reads that Meech considers new partners in St. Louis. So I definitely believe Meech is going to find out about this conversation between Loco and Jay Pusha, bruh. I definitely believe Meech is going to find out about Jay Pusha's real intentions when it comes to him trying to backdoor Meech and become the connect. I definitely believe Meech is going to find out about that. And when he does find out about that, I'm expecting him and Terry to take Jay Pusha out. If Meech don't do it, I feel like Terry is going to do it. I feel like Terry is going to take matters into his own hands and try to take out Jay Pusha. Especially with the stuff that Terry found out about Jay Pusha in this episode and the beef that he's having with some individuals out in St. Louis. Because while Meech, Terry, and Loco was at this gambling spot where they met Jay Pusha at, Jay Pusha brother Carter was there with them at this gambling spot, and Jay Pusha brother Carter got into it with a crew called the Moors. And Terry found out from Carter in this episode that the Moors don't like Jay Pusha for shit. And if they had the opportunity to do it, they would kill Jay Pusha. And with Terry finding out this information from Jay Pusha's brother, I believe he's going to use this information that he got from Jay Pusha's brother and reach out to the Moors and try to get them to take out Jay Pusha, bruh. I definitely believe Terry is going to use this information that he got from Jay Pusha's brother and reach out to the Moors and see if they can take out Jay Pusha. And with us getting an introduction to this Moors crew, I believe it's just a matter of time before we meet the Sheik Mooney's Bay character, bruh. I believe Sheik Mooney Bay is going to pop up in episode 5. If he don't pop up in episode 5, I'm expecting him to pop up in episode 6. And with Jay Pusha out here backdooring people and creating all these enemies that he got, I definitely believe sooner than later he will meet his fate and get taken out in these next upcoming episodes of BMF. Now, moving on to B, Mickey, and Hoops. In this episode, we saw Terry task both B, Mickey, and Hoops in this episode to follow Marquisha after Terry started to question Marquisha's loyalty in this episode after the events that took place in episode 3, with Isaac Roberts trying to set up both Marquisha and Terry. So while Terry was out in St. Louis in this episode, he had Hoops and B, Mickey follow Marquisha around in this episode. And the first place that they followed Marquisha to in this episode was the penitentiary where Boom is locked up at. Marquisha went to go visit Boom in this episode. Marquisha told Boom about what happened in episode 3 about Isaac Roberts trying to set her up, as well as asking Boom, does he know anybody else that Marquisha could work with? So after this meetup that she had with Boom in this episode, Marquisha went to go meet up with Vince, which is a cop that Marquisha met in season 3, and Marquisha went to meet up with Vince in this episode to have him look into Isaac Roberts. And even though B, Mickey, and Hoops told Terry about Marquisha meeting up with Vince and going to see Boom in this episode, she really wasn't doing no backdoor stuff in this episode, bro. Marquisha wasn't trying to snake out Terry in this episode and trying to backdoor him. She was really trying to help out Terry in this episode, if you ask me. So even though Marquisha wasn't really on no backdoor stuff in this episode, I am expecting Terry to be upset about this based off the episode 5 trailer. It's looking like Terry is going to confront Marquisha about her visiting Boom in episode 4. And I think Terry and Marquisha is going to be good at the end of the day. I don't see Terry tripping on Marquisha about this situation. I do believe he's going to be upset about it because of what Hoops told him about what Marquisha was doing. But I think when Marquisha explains to Terry what she was really doing in episode 4 by going to visit Boom as well as visiting Vince, I believe Terry is going to forgive Marquisha and he's not going to be upset about it. Now, moving on to the episode 4 MVP, aka Uncle Charles. And before I start, let me just give a shout out to Charles again, bruh. Like, shout out to your boy Charles. Shout out to Uncle Charles, bruh. Shout out to Unc, goddammit. I gotta give a shout out to Uncle Charles because he been going through a lot in these last couple of episodes, bruh. From Lucille constantly complaining and nagging and asking for money to Nicole out here wilding. Like, your boy Charles has been going through a lot. So for Uncle Charles to squabble up in this episode and beat up Cece's ex-boyfriend, I feel it's only right I show Charles some love in this recap, bruh. Because your boy Charles been going through a lot, bruh. He been going through it in season 4. But in this episode, we saw Charles get into a squabble with Cece's ex-boyfriend in this episode because while Charles and Cece was out on a date, Cece's jealous ex-boyfriend came out the cut, like literally came out the cut. Like, I don't know where the hell this nigga came from, bruh. Like, one minute we see Charles and Cece kissing and shit, and then the next minute, he popping out the cut looking at people staring and shit, asking questions. Talking about, Cece, what you doing out on a date and all this stuff. Like, last time I checked, Cece said her and her ex-boyfriend was single, bruh. She said she ain't had no man. Those was the words that came out of her mouth. But she did say that he was jealous. She did say that her ex-boyfriend was a jealous ass nigga. So with Cece's boyfriend being a jealous ass nigga, he decided to put hands on Charles. And the moment he did that, Charles didn't waste any time on taking fight on Cece's ex-boyfriend and he beat his ass, bruh. He beat the hell out of Cece's ex-boyfriend. Like I said earlier in the video, the way Charles was beating up Cece's ex-boyfriend, bruh, I don't know if the nigga dead or alive. Like, he possibly could be dead, bruh. He possibly could be dead. He might not be dead. I'm just saying, this is just my theory and opinion, but It's definitely something we can't rule out, bro. We can't rule out CeCe's ex-boyfriend possibly being dead, bro. The way Charles was whooping his ass, bro, we can't rule out the fact that the nigga might be dead. But hey, if he is dead, he dead. Like, ain't nobody tell him to follow his ex-girlfriend in this episode. He ain't had no business following his ex-girlfriend in the first place. Like, if he would have just stayed at home and minded his own business, he could avoid getting his ass whipped. So shout out to for getting this squabble on in this episode, bruh. He the episode 4 MVP in my book, and it is what it is. Now, moving on to Nicole. And I ain't gonna front, bruh. After what Nicole did in this episode, bruh, she need her ass whipped, bruh. Nicole, little badass, decided to hook up with one of Terry's soldiers in this episode and get her freak on. Because while Nicole was at work in this episode, working at Terry's restaurant, we saw Nicole get a job in this episode and she's now working at Terry's restaurant. And Nicole ran into one of Terry's soldiers, Worm. And Worm told Nicole that Terry sent him to pick up Nicole and take her home every day since she doesn't have a car anymore. So that's what he did. He picked up Nicole in this episode, but the boy Worm did a little bit more than picking up Nicole in this episode, bruh. The nigga hooked up with Terry's sister in this episode when he was supposed to be driving her home and doing nothing else. Like, I don't even understand why Terry even had one of his soldiers take Nicole home in the first place. Like, bruh, Terry and Meech got all this goddamn money, bruh. They making all this goddamn money from selling drugs. Like, why the hell they didn't just buy Nicole another car? Like, I don't know why they acting like they don't got money, bruh. Like, they could have just bought Nicole another car if it was that serious, bruh. Like, ain't no way in hell I'm letting one of my soldiers in my crew take my sister home, bruh. And don't even get me started on the shit that Nicole said too, bruh. Don't even get me started with that. Nicole was up in there telling Worm she could suck and blow. Like, huh? Like, you about to get somebody killed, bruh. You about to get this boy Worm killed. When Terry find out about the stuff that's going on between Worm and Nicole, Terry go kill him, bruh. Terry go kill Worm when he find out about this. Terry go kill him. Terry go kill Worm, bruh. I don't see Worm making it out of season 4 alive, bruh. Like, I'm giving Worm 2 more episodes, bruh. I believe Worm go be gone by episode 6, bruh. I believe Terry go take him out by episode 6. I'm giving it to episode 6. I believe Terry go take him out by episode 6, and I believe everybody go find out about what's going on between Worm and Nicole too. I'm definitely expecting them to find out about that. And based off the episode 5 trailer, it's looking like Nicole might be pregnant going into this next upcoming episode, bruh. And if that is the case, then Worm might as well go ahead and say goodbye, bruh. He might as well go ahead and say goodbye to Nicole, bruh. Because when Terry find out about the stuff that's going on between Worm and Nicole, I'm telling y'all, Terry go kill that boy. Terry go take out Worm when he find out about this stuff that's going on between him and his sister. And I'm definitely expecting that to happen sooner than later. I definitely believe Terry is going to find out about this stuff that's going on between Worm and Nicole either in episode 5 or episode 6. Now, moving on to Purdy. In this episode, we saw Meech and Terry sign Purdy to their record label, making her the first artist on Meech and Terry record label that they signed, as well as getting into it with Purdy's former manager Trill in this episode at the 1995 Source Awards show. Because in this episode, Meech revealed to Purdy in this episode that him and Terry is starting a record label, and Purdy is going to be the first artist that they sign on the label. And at first, Purdy wasn't believing anything Meech was saying to her because she felt like Meech was lying and felt like he wasn't serious about the stuff that he's saying, and she wanted Meech to prove that he was serious about his word and serious about signing her to their record label, as well as help her get into the 1995 Source Awards show since her manager Trill didn't think it would be a good idea for her to attend the awards show. So as promised, Meech kept his word and he got Purdy into the 1995 Source Awards, and he signed Purdy to him and T's music label, as well as changed up her whole entire look. Like, I ain't go front. They had your girl Purdy low-key looking like Aaliyah in this episode, bruh. She was definitely reminding me of Aaliyah. And while they was at the Source Awards show backstage talking to Left Eye, we saw some cameo appearances from rappers like Left Eye, Outkast, Bone Thugs and Harmony, Death Row, Wu-Tang Clan, Biggie, and Faith Evans. Like, we saw a couple of cameo appearances from certain rappers that went to the 1995 Source Awards show in real life. But while Meech and them was at the Source Awards show, Meech, Terry, Purdy, and Tina ran into Trill backstage, and Trill started tripping on Purdy about her rolling with Meech and Terry and signing to their record label, as well as trying to get his bodyguard to Snapchat Purdy and take Purdy with them. Like, your boy Trill was low-key doing too much in this scene, bruh. He was low-key doing too much. And I definitely believe Trill is going to create a lot of issues for Meech, Terry, and Purdy in these next upcoming episodes of BMF. I definitely believe Trill is about to create a lot of issues for Meech, Terry, and Purdy, especially for Purdy. I think he's about to make it difficult for Purdy to blow up in the music industry, bruh. Based off the episode 5 trailer, it's looking like Trill is going to be blackballing Purdy's music to prevent certain radio stations from playing Purdy's music, and I think that's going to make things hard for Meech and Terry when it comes to them trying to blow up Purdy and her music. So like I said, I'm definitely expecting this Trill character to be a problem for Meech and Terry, and I definitely believe he's going to make things difficult for Meech and Terry in these next upcoming episodes of BMF when it comes to them getting into the music industry and now managing Purdy as their artist. But other than that, that, I ain't got too much else to say about episode 4. Episode 4 was great. This was another great episode by BMF. If you made it to the end of this video and you like the video that I uploaded and created, hit the like button to help the video get recommended across the algorithm. Hit the post bell notification button to support the channel and to get updated on all content I post on my channel. And leave all your comments and theories down below in the comment section. I'm going to get at y'all later. Much love to everybody that's been rocking with me and supporting the channel. I appreciate y'all. Y'all take care. Y'all be safe. And God bless.